Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a great Sunday, something like that. Sorry, guys, forgot to take my medicine. You know me, least professional monkey on the internet. So, just like your mom, now you get to hear me swallow. That's not nice. I'm gonna get in trouble with the YouTube people again because I made a joke at the beginning. Whoops. Gotta be careful with that. Tales of Gorse is going to fire up some RimWorld. Cool. Love that game. Lots of fun. Hope you have fun with it. I wasn't going to do the show, and I know I've been saying that to you guys a lot lately. One of these days, I'm going to take a damn day off. That's just not going to be today. Last night, when me and Satsu finished the game stream, he's like, "You can do a Monkey in the Morning?" I'm like, "Nah." They're like, "Yeah." Then we stopped talking. I was like, "Nah." So I went and tried to get some sleep, and it just didn't work. Did not freaking work. And instead, I laid there watching Married with Children for hours. And I eventually got a little bit of sleep. Not much, but it would have been more productive for me to be here. So, whoops. Live and learn. Sup, dude, by the way, you still using StreamYard or using another program? I need something to stream with since Hangouts is no longer available. Oh, hey, dude. Yeah, I use StreamYards. I paid for the year. If you don't pay, I forget what all the differences are, but I know there's a limit on how much you can stream. With the lowest tier, which is what I bought, you can stream to your heart's content, and I do. I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of that. Anyhow, yeah, I like it. They did a good job building this place, and it's really cool. They did a lot of things that, if YouTube actually gave a damn about streamers like they pretended to, they would have done a long time ago. But they're also in the business of trying to use their Hangout service. What do they call it now? It's not Hangouts anymore. They rolled it into something else. But they mostly want to use it as a kind of a business platform. They want to use it for people to teleconference at their places of business. I wonder how this has been working out for them with the COVID stuff going on. YouTube, have you guys gotten a lot of teleconferencing deals because of this? You guys making that Rona money? I doubt they're going to answer me. They never answer me. It's like me and them aren't on speaking terms anymore. Before the stream started, thank you so much. This is Kyle who said, "Hello, chat people and monkey." Hey, Kyle, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, don't forget, guys, I am brought to you by you. I'm going to do an early shill. Hit the like, hit the share. Money, whatever. I was sitting here yesterday minding my own business, you guys. That's kind of a lie. Can you really be online and minding your own business? I don't know if that's possible. I don't mean to lie to you guys, so maybe I just need to read. I was minding my business as well as I can while being online. How about that? Because if you're online, you're minding somebody else's business. I feel like that's just what you have to. I don't feel, I got to stop saying, I feel like now. That's stupid. I think that's just truth. I didn't create very much of what's online, and I sure as hell wasn't watching my own stuff. So I was minding somebody else's business. Damn it. What a way to start that phrasing off. We're off to a banner start, you guys. I've contradicted myself in the first 4 minutes of my own stream. Wonderful. Actually, there was a lot of stuff that came across my desk yesterday worthy of talking about, and we'll get to quite a bit of it. But you guys know me and how I love my dramas and stuff. So I was sitting here minding my own Twitter, scrolling through what was on my timeline and stuff. And I saw a video from Tommy C. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And it was to Nick Diorio's channel. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it was Tommy C. and Nick Diorio watching Destiny argue with somebody named Bo Black. But the fuck is his name? Bo something or other. It's irrelevant. It really is. And it was all about the Invader V chick. Destiny has decided he's going to stand up for her. She didn't really say anything bad. And, you know, that's his opinion to have. Tales of Gore said that debate was a shit show. It wasn't much of a debate. It really wasn't. It was the Bo. What's his name? Does anybody know? I'm not trying to be rude here. Is it Bo Blacks? I know Destiny kept calling him Bo Flex, and I know that's not it. It's Bo BL something, and I can't remember if it's Blacks or Blex. So somebody help me out here. Anyhow, again, entirely irrelevant. I'm just trying to get my facts straight because I don't want anybody accusing me of being wrong. The Bo dude, we're just going to call him Bo. Bo Blacks. Thank you. Bo. He was arguing that Invader V was kind of a shitbag, entitled twat. Oh, crap. That was in the YouTube. I need to know how soon is technically my opening to where I can start saying the bad words? Because I do click and tell them I'm going to say bad words. But anyway, she's a selfish, entitled twat. And Destiny's arguing that no, she even said that there's going to be insinuating. God damn. I shouldn't have done this. I should have just said, you know what? I am taking the day off. There's going to be circumstances which make it so that no, you won't have that $10 that she insisted everybody has. For those of you who missed all of that, this chick goes on her Twitch stream and tells a fan who says they don't have money to subscribe to her that yes, you do. She literally says, no matter how broke you are, if you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10. That's what she said. Now, she does apparently give the caveat that, look, sometimes there's extenuating circumstances that you won't have that. But she spends most of a 2-minute clip saying exactly that you're a horrible person if you don't have money to give her. And Destiny's like, look, there's nothing wrong with saying that. And you know what? Nothing wrong with Destiny believing that. Nothing wrong with Bo thinking that she's an entitled twat for saying that. I don't think there's anything wrong with her saying it. It's her channel, and if she wants to treat her audience like that, that's fine. That's between her and her audience. But it was a much bigger deal than it ever needed to be. And it was interesting because the argument ends, and then over on Nick Diorio, am I saying his name right? I'm not giving the cookie too much credit, am I? Nick Diorio? I don't know. He's some muckety muck in the commentary drama channel community. Can't believe that's a community. No offense to those of you who are in there. Just that's funny to me that it's mostly, at least from what I can see, run by men like Keemstar and such, and they're basically just Joan Rivers. Do your thing, guys. I think it's funny. But anyway, he names his stream IBS Apocalypse 2.0. Like, really? That's what you named it? And it's a bunch of people get on there and then they just talk about Destiny when Destiny wasn't there anymore. And it occurred to me, Destiny's a fucking genius. One, Destiny has a hardcore following, both haters and lovers. People who just absolutely hate the man and people who absolutely love the man. And either way, all he has to do is make the tiniest little ripple. And bam, he's back on everybody's radar. He does a lot of stuff. He goes out there and he argues with a lot of people. But the commentary channels, man, they love any little thing that he does. And it's so easy to push their buttons. And he's got a knack for it. It doesn't hurt him at all to go out there and go, yeah, I see nothing wrong with what she said. Is that costing him a single donation? Not according to what I saw, Jesus, because I watched over on his channel. I saw that they were doing it and they kept talking over him. Like, I want to see the actual debate. So I went over there and watched it over there. And then when they were done, I went back over to the IBS 2.0. Anyway, but Destiny's got this knack for just pushing people's buttons. Now, there have been some really dumb things that Destiny said over the years. He's had a few arguments that make him go, maybe you shouldn't do that. But then last night, right? We're on the stream and somebody brings up Alinity. Alinity. I'm like, wait, what does she do now? Because somebody said, did you hear about her getting kicked off Twitch? And for the record, I still don't know if she's kicked off Twitch or not. I'm like, what'd she do? And the guys told me, yeah, she had an accidental nip slip. So I said, if anybody has this, please send it to me. And 3 people sent it to me. I've seen her boobie in a couple of different manners now, all ironically from the same video clip. One of them was a very blurred video, one was a slowed down video, and one was a normal video. Like, that's a lot of a Alinity boob. And she doesn't have that much boob. So I'm like, okay, let's watch this. And the first one I saw was the blurred one. And I watched it several times because I'm like, that doesn't seem all that accidental to me. That doesn't seem all that accidental. If you pay attention to what happens, it looks like she's trying to, hey, Sin, how you saying there, man? Let me know if you want to come hang out if you're bored, my friend. She looks like she's trying to shove something up into her shirt. She's trying to shove something up into her shirt. And I'm not sure what she was doing there, because for no reason at all, without applying any pressure to what she's shoving up into her shirt, she lifts her shirt really quick and shows a titty. I'm like, and then immediately reacts to it. Like, oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. The Asian research director says pillow baby. Yeah, which is weird because if that's what she was going for, she didn't have on a long enough shirt to pretend that she was pregnant. I mean, her midriff was showing. How do you do that shoving something in your shirt? But anyway, does anybody know, is she actually off or not? Because I've heard both. And I haven't gone to look myself because I don't care. Because what's important is not that she showed her titty. It's that she did it again. This Alinity chick is very much like Destiny in the fact that she has a way of just generating stupid buzz around her. If you guys remembered the last time we talked about Alinity, it's because her dog was sniffing her crotch with alarming regularity on stream. And some people thought that she was, she's suspended temporarily. There you go. Some people thought that she was encouraging the dog in some manner to do that. I think she just needs to wash. But either way, and especially if she's only suspended. If she's only suspended and she gets to come back, what a fucking coup for Alinity. She's got the whole internet looking at a half-second booby clip and her name back on their lips. Sin says she threw the cat and gave it vodka. Let's go through the Alinity timeline. Here's what happened. Alinity first blew up because her dumbass, well, she was growing her channel over there, being her little thoughtful self. And then she decided to copy strike. Can we copy strike PewDiePie? She decided to copy strike PewDiePie for making a little fun of her. And that was the first we saw of Alinity. Next that we saw Alinity, she'd picked up her cat and tossed it over her head rather. I mean, it's a cat, so it hopefully landed on its legs. It's still easy to break a cat's legs doing stupid shit like that. But for me, far worse than her tossing the cat like that is it came out that she was mouth feeding her cat vodka. And Twitch is like, nah, it's okay. That's okay. No big deal. And then the third time we see her is the dog sniffing her crotch, and it tried to mount her one time. And now we have the booby slip. I'm like, and I sat here when I put these two things together, the destiny debate and Alinity from yesterday. I'm like, these two motherfuckers, no matter what you think of them, they're fucking geniuses. They have found a way to put their names on people's lips without actually having to do that much. Alinity gets to pretend that, oops, it was an accident, you guys. I was trying to shove something into a shirt that's only a half shirt, and my boobie, even though it quite clearly looks like I yank it out on purpose and immediately pull it back down and then pretend I didn't know. Everybody's going to come look at my boobies now. And now a whole bunch of guys are going to go follow her, waiting for that next nip slip, you guys. Pincalo, thank you. Do you think she has a boyfriend at Twitch as per Keem? I don't know if she does or not. I think Twitch takes a very lenient attitude towards women and what they're allowed to do on their platform. Do you remember there's a guy famously kicked off of Twitch for not wearing a shirt on stream? I could not cam stream over there because I can't wear shirts. And male nipples over there are considered apparently worse than Alinity nipples. So you can find her leaked nudes everywhere. Sure. But you got it. Well, I don't want to say sure. I don't doubt you. But the people who go and watch this, there's a certain category of gentlemen who go watch these kind of streams, hoping that the young ladies will, show them some boobie. And now that she's got it out there, look, guys, if you watch her, you might eventually see a nipple. It'll only be for half a second. She'll pretend it wasn't done on purpose, but you might get to see her nipple. It's fucking brilliant. If she only has to sit out for a week or even 2 weeks, fuck, man, she comes back and bam, made up anything she lost. And there'll be a ton of guys going, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Can we see your titty again? Can we see that boobie again? No, these two are geniuses when it comes to marketing themselves, because nobody was talking about Alinity. Everybody was talking about Invader V. Everybody was talking about that dumb bitch. And Alinity's like, nobody's talking about me. Nipple. I mean, excuse me. I didn't mean to do that. It's fucking brilliant if you actually just sit back and look at it, and look at it dispassionately, guys. Don't look at it and go, she's a dirty slut. Of course she is. But okay, YouTube, I don't know that she's a dirty slut. She's a dirty e-thought. Fine. That's absolutely true. But what a brilliant move. What a brilliant move. I've often asked, like, why do guys watch this shit when you can go get free porn? There's all of these Twitch thoughts where, look, man, she's jiggling and you can see her boobies jiggle under her shirt. Isn't that awesome? Like, dude, you can actually go watch naked women do that. It's free all over the internet. But there's that personal aspect to it, Maybe she's talking to me. Maybe that nipple was meant for me. Me specifically. She wants me to look at her titties, you guys. And they will be there every day for the rest of their natural lives. It's fucking weird, man. Peterbilt says the free porn don't talk back to you. Right. And now she gets to go on there and talk about her nip slip. How fucking brilliant is that? Oh my God. She may be a dirty, thoughtful chick, but that was a stroke of genius right there. Stroke of genius. So between the two of them, I saw quite a bit of drama yesterday, and the two of them just hitting together. I'm like, man, these people are fucking geniuses. I'm doing something wrong. So I'm gonna have a nip slip while I tell you all why I think Bernie Sanders was right. I'm not going to do that. I have some integrity. I'd show my nipple, but I wouldn't do the other part. Oh, speaking of which, man, there's political stuff to go around. Oh my governor. So yesterday, several people linked me a story from Politico. It was weird that because Politico retweeted it yesterday. But the story itself was from like the 9th of April, the 7th of April. I forget which one. But they reposted it yesterday. And it's weird because it's this really, really, really long story about Gretchen Whitmer. My governor, Gretchen Whitmer. And they tell us in the tweet that they tweeted it out at and in the story that you won't find anybody in Lansing who doesn't like Gretchen Whitmer. Republican and Democrat. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, that was unexpected. I apologize. That was no nip slip there. I actually wasn't expecting that. Oh my God. Sorry to anybody wearing earphones that I just deafened. Thank you for the bless yous, guys. Oh my. Anyhow, so you won't find Mike slip. That was a sneeze slip. You won't find anybody in Lansing. Lansing's our state capital, for those of you who don't know, who don't like Gretchen Whitmer. Everybody loves her. Now, again, I want to reiterate this was written on either the 7th or the 9th, but for some reason reposted yesterday. Also posted yesterday, last night I read a story about a Democrat in our state government. She's a Democratic assemblywoman, or I think she's an assemblywoman, not a state senator, who's recovering from COVID-19. She's recovering from COVID-19, and she was one of the people who got hydroxychloroquine. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, she's recovered, and she wants to talk to the president. The president is asked to speak with her, and she said, yeah, I'll speak to you. I'd like to talk to you about your efforts here and stuff. And the Democratic Party in Michigan has censured her for it, or is threatening to censure her for it. I can't remember if they've actually done it yet, because I don't think she's actually spoke to Trump yet. So if she does, they're going to censure it. Let me find the article. I read that last night. But as I was reading the article, I'm like, that seems like at least one person doesn't like her, because she specifically says, what's the lady's name? Karen Whitsett. Karen Whitsett. She specifically says she blames Gretchen Whitmer for this. Yeah. COVID-19 survivor, State Representative Karen Whitsett decries Michigan's censure attempt. I'm not going to be silenced. Yeah. Where's the part where she blames Whitmer? Here it is. There's so much more to this story, and it's shameful, actually, of the Democratic Party. Whitsett, God, that's a hard name to say, sweetie. Smith said, no, I know we're not supposed to do that. That's racist against people with weird names I can't pronounce. So Whitsett said, 13 congressional leaders, Jonathan Kinloch, who also works for Governor Whitmer, and I believe this governor, have decided that they are going to slap me on the wrist by silencing me. And it's a shame that she's doing this. It's politics at its worst. I'm wondering if the people at Politico bothered to check in with this chick before they reposted that yesterday. Now, I had a weird thought when they reposted it, a scary thought for the nation. The timing of that was kind of like, why are you bringing this up now? But Joe Biden's got to be getting close to making his pick. He's got to be getting close to making his pick for VP. And I'm just wondering if that's what this is all about, is the Politico story. Maybe they got a heads up, and maybe they knew that she was going to be thrown out there as a name. This is just me spitballing. I don't know that in any capacity. It just seemed weird that on April 25th, out of fucking nowhere, they decide to rerun this really long piece on Gretchen Whitmer. And that says because that piece ran about Stacey. You think they're just doing a whole list of possible contenders? Maybe, because there are people who love Abrams, but Abrams is such a bad pick. I don't think he has a good pick right now. I think especially once he limited it to women, and so many people are convinced it's going to be a woman of a walk. You guys, if he picks the Asian lady, are we still allowed to call her a walk, a woman of color? I need to know. I don't want to get in trouble for being racist. But if he runs with the chick who she's a veteran, right, and lost her legs, and she's Asian, so are we allowed to call her a walk? I'm just curious. I'm curious. I'm a curious kind of person. Anyway, he didn't leave himself too many good choices with the ones who were in national spotlight. Now he could do what what Hillary, what Trump, what McCain, what fuck everybody except really Obama has done recently, and pick somebody nobody's ever heard of. Because yeah, Palin had been heard or knew in some circles, but she wasn't like a national known person. He could pick somebody that nobody's ever heard of, and that would probably be his best bet right now. But all of the people that they've been throwing out recently, all of these names, there's just no upsides to most of them. Other than, oh, look, it's got a vagina and darker skin pigmentation. Yay. Caitlyn Jenner. All right. So Gretchen Whitmer is loved by all except for this chick she's trying to silence. The lady just wants to talk to Donald Trump about what is actually going on, and she's been thankful to him for his help with what he has done. Oh no, you don't. You can't be nice to Trump and a Democrat. It was, you know what? I want to bring that back up because it's fucking creepy the way they talked about this. Sorry guys, I closed that down. Where was that at? Because it was like, are you serious? Listen to the way I think this comes from the no, not that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the exact quote. Here it is. Nope, that's the other one. Da 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 da. There's a quote from the. Is it not in here anymore? Did they take that out? Oh, I can't find it in here anymore. There was a quote in here about how this is just the way things have to be because we have a two-party system, and that came from the Democrats. Where is it at? Oh my! I don't think it's here anymore. You dirty! Oh wait! Here it is. At the end of the day, we have a political system, said Jonathan Kinloch, chairman of the organization. We have political parties, and political parties exist for a reason. This is their reasoning for not letting her, a COVID survivor who happens to be a Democrat in the state assembly, who simply is willing to talk to the fucking president. We have two parties, and parties exist for a reason. To never speak? To never speak? This is your Democrats, you guys. If I don't reply, chat, I'm helping customers. Tell them we said, hey, Bloodwing. Right, Pat? How dare she? Bitch had the nerve to try to talk to the president about what's going on. What's going on with something she actually experienced. We're not talking about somebody who, just has some thoughts on it. She went through it. I feel like she's earned a conversation with the president if he wants to talk to her. You know what's funny about this? What's really funny about this? That Politico article about Gretchen Whitmer. It's not only does you won't find any Democrats or Republicans who talk bad about her. It starts off with Gretchen calling a constituent who happens to be a Republican, whose wife is sick with this and whose, I believe, mother-in-law or father-in-law just passed from COVID. And at the end, it's like, even this guy who was a Republican is willing to reach out and talk to her. It's not the Republicans who are unwilling to talk, you sons of bitches. These people are open about it. I saw I forget which story it was the other day, but there was somebody actually said that the Democrats' job was to oppose Trump. Like, no, that's not your job. Your job is to go legislate. Sometimes that'll put you in opposition. Sometimes that should put you in agreement. And sometimes that should put you in a compromise. Not a compromising state, but to where you compromise to get what you want. Give a little, get a little kind of thing. But we don't do that anymore. Did you hear about the Democrat in Michigan? Oh, what? Oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay. So was he asking about what I was? All right, yeah. That's what was her name again? I just closed the thing. She had a hard name for me. Damn it, Miss Smith. It's not her name. Pincalo, thank you. Brought to us by the same retards that brought us gems like, you can't have this document in your position. Only us, your unbiased news source, is allowed to view this document. And don't forget, Donald Trump is trying to tell you how to think, and that's our job. Karen Witzek, thank you. Yes. Isn't it Witzet with a T? My bad. Anyhow, either way. So you have the state party telling her, no, you can't talk to anyone. The president's a bad man. And if you talk to him and you're part of our party, censuring her, by the way, the story explains, means the Democratic Party will not back her in her election. They won't give her any support. Basically, they cut her off. So if she decides to talk to the president, she gets no political help from the Democrats. Because how dare you talk to him, you dirty sons of bitches. It's just so weird to me, man. So weird that people take their politics that seriously. I'm never shocked by anymore watching like families break apart over politics. 2016 was a weird year. At that time, I was like, holy crap, you guys are really like this. And now I just expect it. But you don't really expect party leaders to be out there going, yep, if you talk to them, we're going to cut you right off. We're going to kick you out the family. In the process of trying to make him look bad, they're looking bad. Well, they have their own issues, don't they? It's Lesbian Visibility Day. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys, this was not planned at all. Number 5 trending on my Twitter right now is Lesbian Visibility Day. So you guys go out there, make sure you watch lesbians today. Come on, they set me up for that. That's not my fault. Go out there and look at lesbians, everybody. Pat says, shouldn't that be any day? Well, you would think so. But apparently we have to shine a light on lesbians today. Because light is the best disinfectant. No, that's not right. That's not right. I was going to talk about, Joe Biden was trending all day again yesterday. So the Larry King thing finally broke. That story actually broke like 2 days ago. And for some reason yesterday, Twitter finally noticed. I don't know which news source told them to finally care, but back in 1993, there's this call into the Larry King show. Monkey, normally I detest such a mouth noise, but that was fucking funny. I'm glad you liked it. Don't encourage such bad behavior, Moonshot. Larry King in 1993 was doing a show, and somebody called in and said that their daughter had recently left working for a senator. I think they specifically said senator, but they didn't get any help with their issues, and they didn't want to go to the press out of respect for the senator, and they had no other options. What would you recommend they do? Now, I still haven't seen Larry's answer, but that's the question that was asked. Tara Reid, apparently I've been saying her name wrong. It is not Tara, even though it's Tara, which to me is always Tara, but apparently it's Tara Reid. Tara Reid worked for Senator Biden in 93, left his office in 93. This phone call was in August of 93, and she left, I want to say early summer. Don't quote me on the when she left, but it was in the time frame that it works for this phone call to add some legitimacy to the fact that there were questions about Biden's behavior back then. Now, time out. That does not mean he jammed his fingers in this woman, and I will make my arguments on that in a moment. But it does add some legitimacy to the notion of her original argument. Because here's the original. I know, man, we've done this so many times on this show, but I have to be fair. I gotta be fair. The original complaint came out because there was this young woman, I forget her name, who said Joe Biden sniffed and kissed her hair right before she went on stage to introduce him or give some speech or some stupid shit. And some people went, that doesn't make any damn sense. And so Tara decided she had to come out and tell her story, and this is her story. That when she worked for the senator in 1993, he put his hand on her shoulder. He ran his finger down her neck. Both of those. Creepy if that's your employee, but man, come on. And the one that actually caused all the problem is that she said that she was asked to serve drinks at some function because Joe Biden thought she had nice legs. Those are the charges. Those are the original charges. She claims at the time that she went and filed a report with the Senate office that handles this kind of shit. I don't know what that office is, and that they didn't do anything. And that because of her doing so, because of her refusing to serve the drinks and or filing the report, she ended up getting stuck in a windowless office to do her job until she finally left. Now, all of that stuff joshes perfectly with the Larry King phone call-in, because it wasn't an interview, it was a call-in. And all of that, yeah, okay. She tried going about it through official channels. Nothing happened. She didn't want to go to the press out of respect for him, but she still thought something should be done. That's fine. That's fine. Earlier this month, the beginning of last month, I can't remember exactly when Tara updated her charge, but she went on some podcast and told a different story. She told a story about taking a gym bag down to Biden, him basically cornering her, putting her against a wall against her will, kissing on her real hard, jamming a couple of fingers into her twat, and then pointing at her and going, "You mean nothing to me." I don't know why I went a little Bill Clinton on that one. I guess maybe I do know I went a little Bill Clinton on that one. Anyway, yeah, you mean nothing to me. And that was the end of their relationship of some sort. Now, she says she didn't tell that story the first time when she told the other story because people called her a Russian asset. Now, that's the part that really doesn't make sense to me. She only told half the story originally because they called her a Russian asset, which they couldn't have called her a Russian asset before she told the whole story if she had just told the whole story the first time. See what I'm saying? But anyway, that is a whole different level. That is a whole different level. The first complaints, the hand on the shoulder, the finger down the neck, the you have nice legs, please serve drinks. That's all creepy, weird behavior, but it's not sexual assault. Pushing a woman up against a wall and forcibly fingering her is sexual assault. And I don't understand how a mother calls into Larry King and goes, my daughter has no other options. Have you not heard about the fucking police? When I mentioned that on the show last night, some people, oh, Capitol Police wouldn't do anything. Well, they didn't do anything when she went to the HR, so it's not like that was stopping her from doing it. And I feel like if you're thinking, and why wouldn't you say she can't go to the police or the press because she doesn't want to embarrass them? You see what I'm saying? The Larry King thing doesn't add anything other than to her original complaint, in my opinion. Her original complaint of some weird behavior by Joe, which, by the way, I don't have any problem believing. I do not have any problem believing that he put his hand on her shoulder, that he ran his finger down her neck, or that he said she had nice legs and wanted her to serve drinks. I'm happy to just concede that he did all three of those things. Him ramming his finger up her and then going, you mean nothing to me? That, come on, lady. Especially when the only reason she didn't tell that part is because before anybody could, I didn't tell the whole story originally because telling half the story, they called me a Russian asset. Well, what made you only tell half the story the first time? You didn't know they were going to call you a Russian asset before you started telling it. What made you bite your tongue then? But yeah, so this blew up again all over Twitter yesterday because some Democrats, CNN, finally decided to pay attention. Chris Cillizza even came up, Joe Biden's going to have to address this. Like, why? CNN didn't address it for almost a fucking month. The New York Times didn't, the allegations alone. The New York Times didn't investigate or report the allegations for 3 weeks, and then only did so because they got shamed. And when they did, they came out with the most ridiculous explanation ever as to why they didn't do it. There were a couple of things they said, one of which was other people were already reporting on it. And we thought we could take a different angle at it and help people understand it. And then specifically asked, like, well, when the Julie Swetnick, and remember, this came from an interview with the New York Times. The New York Times executive editor did an interview with the New York Times where he was asked, in the Kavanaugh case, the day the Julie Swetnick allegations came out, you printed those. Why did you wait 3 weeks with Biden? And they said, well, with the Kavanaugh thing, Kavanaugh was a public figure in a very public environment. And Joe Biden, he's just like running for president. Now I'm paraphrasing, but only very minimally. That's actually what they were fucking saying. And you know what? I don't know if I still, I linked it on Twitter because I was arguing with a moron about it yesterday. Let me find that. I'll throw the article in here again, guys. I don't know if this is one that they have open to everybody to read because the New York Times does have their little paywall thing. But I just want to put it there so you guys can see it. I will read the actual clip and we'll put it on the fucking screen so y'all can see. I'm not making this shit up. I don't want anybody, monkey, you're just being mean because it's him. It's him. Suzanne, thank you. Speaking from experience, any sexual assault is incredibly hard to talk about. If she told people the full story at the time, that is a good hint it's true. Well, we'll get back to that. I want to get this. No, you know what? Let's answer that real fast. She claims that she told her mom and her brother and a friend, but nobody's ever made these public or these allegations public before. When she decided, her story right now is that she did not tell the full story when she came forward back in August. I think it was August, September, somewhere around there, when she told the "he touched my shoulder" story. She says she didn't tell the whole story because she was called a Russian agent at that time. I'm like, well, you didn't know you were going to be called a Russian agent when you started telling the story. So why didn't you tell the whole story then? And especially when you're like, I'm only coming out now because he might be president. He had a chance to be president. Everybody thought he was going to be president then. Why wouldn't you tell the whole story then? Anyhow, real quick, hang on. I don't have a producer, you guys. It sucks sometimes. Makes me have to click around a little bit. There we go. This is the New York Times thing. Why was Kavanaugh treated differently? Kavanaugh was already in a public forum in a large way. They immediately reported the Swetnick thing because, quote, Kavanaugh was already in a public forum in a large way. His status as a Supreme Court justice was in question because of a very serious allegation. And when I say in a public way, I don't mean in the public way of Tara Reid. Of course not. If you ask the average person in America, they didn't know about the Tara Reid case. All right. Okay. Before the Times and CNN and all of you fucking assholes jumped on the Ford and the Swetnick, and what was the other chick's name? Debbie something. Before you guys told those stories, how many people knew of Kavanaugh's case? Oh, that's right. People don't know about these things till you fucking report on them, you moron. So I thought in that case, if the New York Times was going to introduce this to readers, we needed to introduce it with some reporting and perspective. Kavanaugh was a very different situation. It was a live, ongoing story that had become the biggest political story in the country. It was just a different news judgment moment. Told you I wasn't paraphrasing very much. I told you I wasn't paraphrasing it very much. Oh God. I actually said that. It was very public way. And nobody knew about Tara Reid. Of course nobody knew about it because you fuckers didn't tell them. Sorry, guys. Kyle says disingenuous fuckers, aren't they? They're that whole fucking interview. If you guys can read it, I linked it just a little bit ago. Read the whole fucking thing. It is so much garbage. So much garbage. The idiot I got into an argument with yesterday, he's like, they said they didn't investigate it because it was a muddier case. That is not what it said anywhere in that fucking article. Not a fucking part of it. Nowhere in there it's like, well, the evidence wasn't very good. In fact, they do in the article that the New York Times wrote on this, not their explanation, but in the article that they wrote on it, they did say, well, this isn't like the Blasey Ford case. They're right. They're absolutely right. This is not like the Blasey Ford case. This is more believable. Because let's go back to the Blasey Ford case. Here's what we have. We have a woman who says 30 odd years ago, a drunk kid and his friend tried to rape her while they were apparently waiting at the top of the stairs to ambush somebody. And then the only reason they didn't rape her is because they laughed too hard and fell off of her and she ran out. Here's some other important information. She does not know where the house was. She doesn't remember how she got there, how she got home. The names of the people that she says were there said it never fucking happened. Those are all facts of the Blasey Ford case. Let's jump ahead to this one. The Tara Reade case. Here are facts. We know Tara Reade absolutely had contact with Joe Biden. She fucking worked for him. We know that she said her mom had called Larry King, and there's a Larry King phone call that falls in this, and the caller is identified as having lived in the same place that her mom lived, because they didn't do names. They just did caller from here. We know that there was a report. I need to check that. I want to say that it's been found out there was a report made against Biden, but again, it was just for like the legs thing. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong on that one. I have to look that one back up. So, what we do know, she did work for him, so we know there was contact, and we now have the phone call so we know that there was at least the possibility that she told somebody at the time. We know these two things. Everything about Blasey Ford story, complete fiction. There is absolutely nothing that can be verified about any of that. In this case, at least you can verify, yes, she did work for Biden. She was in his office. Does that mean what she says Biden did is true? No, absolutely not. But it's more believable, and there's actually more evidence than there was in the Blasey Ford case. Far more evidence than the Julie Swetnick case. Do you guys remember Julie Swetnick's fucking complaint? Julie Swetnick, with her ace attorney, convict Michael Avenatti, they went public with a story that she went to high school. She was a college student who kept going to high school parties where guys were running trains on roofied chicks. I don't think she actually used the word roofie. They'd get chicks really, really drunk and gang rape them. And Julie went to 10 of these parties, and then she got really drunk and got gang raped, so she stopped going to them. That was her original story. She changed it when she went on, I forget which show it was, but I think it was on ABC. But she did an interview where the story like started immediately changing. And yeah, she slowly went to the background. We're not supposed to talk about Julie Swetnick anymore, guys. Do you remember the other story about Kavanaugh? They were playing a game like Truth or Dare, Spin the Bottle, or some stupid fucking drunken college game they were playing. And he pulled his dick out in the girl's face, and somebody yelled down the hallway, "Brett Kavanaugh just pulled his dick out at Debbie." And they actually yelled his full name down the hallway. Do y'all do that when you're talking about people, respond or tell stories about them in the full name like that? Brett Kavanaugh pulled his dick out at Debbie. Yeah. Anyhow. Now, the funny part about that is him being drunk was no big deal, but because she might have been drunk, then that was a rape thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's curbside only, so they can't hear. Oh, talking about what I'm doing. Sorry, man. Oh, good. Nobody can hear you. All right, gotcha. Anyway. Whoops. Sorry, listeners. Sometimes we cover grown-up topics. But yeah, watching the Times dance around this and why they didn't cover the Biden story. I want to say this one more time. I don't believe the lady accusing Biden right now. I don't believe her. Her story makes no sense. That she took a gym bag down to Biden. Now, the original way I heard this was in the gym, and now they're just saying she was pushed, or he cornered her in a corridor. So the story has changed a bit since it was first told. We got some new details last night as well in the CNN article Oh, CNN's finally catching up and they're not even, just quote the bitch. She told the story. Anyway, for me, the biggest tell, seriously, is her not just telling the whole story. Not just, why would you come out with, yes, he touched my shoulder. Yes, he touched my neck. And yes, he wanted people to look at my legs as I served drinks, but not come out with he forcibly fingered me. I feel like that's the more important part there, isn't it? Forcible sexual assault is a little bit worse than him running his finger down your neck, sweetie. That's a whole different fingering. That's actually sexual assault. I didn't tell him at the time because when I told my story, they called me a Russian asset, you guys. Nobody called you a Russian asset before you finished your story. Why'd you stop where you did? That is the pertinent question nobody's asked her. Nobody will. I do think that the media was running cover for Joe. I think there's a whole bunch of people who are really silent on this. Really silent on this. But it's the same thing we saw with Bill Clinton. Nobody should be surprised by this. The National Organization of Women famously was backing Bill Clinton through all of his sexual assault charges. Now, he's a good man. He's our penis of the year. Do they have a penis of the year now? Is now even a thing anymore? But anyway, yeah, you've always had Democrats giving cover for this shit. Every so often you'll get the sacrificial lamb, like poor Al Franken, man. No matter what you think of Al Franken, as a senator, I didn't like any of what he did. I love his book. His book was funny. Well, the first one was funny. The second one was kind of stupid because the first one was Rush Limbaugh's a big fat liar, and the second one was it Lies and the Lying Liars Who Tell Them. The second one wasn't as good, especially consider it contradicted part of his first book. When he went after Limbaugh a second time, but Lying Liars and Lies They Tell or something, yeah, whatever. I forget the exact name of the book. It's in my closet somewhere. But Franken got railroaded. He got fucking railroaded. He didn't do anything wrong. This is once again the worst that they had on him. Is maybe he tried to kiss somebody who didn't want to kiss him. He didn't force him to. He went in for a kiss and like got awkward and they pushed him away and he'd be like, oh, sorry. He thought he was sexier than he was, kind of thing. But the one that really sealed his fate was the picture of him with his hands hovering over that chick's boobies, where he didn't actually grope her. There's no suggestion that he even actually groped her. But Kirsten Gillibrand is like, we have to run Al Franken out. Well, Kirsten, what about Joe? What about Joe, Kirsten? What about your party leader at the moment? What about your nominee at the moment? No matter what you think of Franken, he wasn't accused of what Joe's accused of. Do you guys remember some of the ridiculous charges that people got Me Too'd over? Fucking Henry Cavill, that's the Superman dude, right? He got in trouble just for saying he thought that the Me Too thing was a little crazy because people were taking it too far. They're like, how dare you, bitch? And they bitch slapped him into compliance. No, what I meant was men suck. Aziz Ansari. Oh, the Aziz Ansari one, man. That was so fucking horrible. What happened to that dude was sad. Faithless says he had a bad date. He didn't even have a bad date. This is her interpretation of the date. And according to her, they had dinner and they went back to his place and he went down on her a little bit and she's like, I don't want you to anymore. So he stopped and he's like, well, you go down on me. So she did, but she didn't really want to. And then they stopped and they watched the movie for a little bit, and they had a little more sexual contact, and she didn't really want to, but she did it anyway. Never one time did she suggest he in any way forced her to do anything. But this fucking article was written and put out there, and people were like, how dare he? Mike says Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is the one that has made me the maddest and the one that I've railed the hardest against, because that one, that is a travesty. Louis C.K. was accused of asking women to watch him jack off and then doing it if they agreed. That was his crime. That was the Me Too moment. And there were a ton of these people that they went after. And look, some of them are left and some are right. Most of the ones we talked about already are all left. But you know what those guys don't have? Political power. That's where you start to see some closing of the ranks, you guys. That's where you start to see the closing of the ranks. What's that guy in Minnesota? The one who allegedly beat his ex-wife, I don't remember if they were wife or if it was just girlfriend. Ellison, is that his name? He was accused of beating her, and supposedly there was video of it. Keith Ellison, thank you, Faithless. There was this charge of that. Nothing happened. Well, look at the blackface stuff. Look at Northam. Northam is being hailed as a hero these days for standing up to Donald Trump. This is a motherfucker that was either in blackface or a Klan outfit. And I'm going to be consistent. If he's in a costume, I don't really care. He's just being a stupid kid. But if Democrats were being consistent, he'd have been run out of the fucking party. You can't do that. But hey, it's okay because he was a Democrat, and they're not really sure it was him. Actually, they're pretty sure. Yeah, Faithless, I know. They found him in the pants in other pictures. But, I mean, other people could have had those same ugly pants. I still hold out a little hope that it was him in the Klan robe, that is his dad's old robe, or maybe grandpa's old robe. Because, I mean, he is a Democrat in the South, so it's possible they just had one hanging in the closet. But either way, I mean, if he was a Republican, run out of town. Gilliam down there in fucking Florida right now. Motherfucker caught in a room with an ODing male hooker with meth all over the place. Just let him go. Just let him go. Are you out of your fucking mind? But now we have this sexual assault cases. And if this wasn't their nominee, they might go after him. If he wasn't the one who was going to be running against Trump and they had to stop Trump at all costs, maybe they'd go after him. Maybe. But look, seriously, how long it took CNN and the New York Times, two of the major news, whether you like them or not, guys, they are two of the major news institutions in our country, absolutely ignored the charges completely for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. CNN went a few days longer than the New York Times. They finally came out with theirs the 17th of April, I believe it was. And I only remember exactly when it happened because some asshole, I tweeted at Chris Saliza because I can't remember what he said, but I just tweeted at him, maybe they should talk about or asked him, like, why don't they care about the Tara Reid case? Why hadn't they reported on it? And I actually specifically said, in the last several weeks, why haven't you reported on this? And they did, and linked me to an article that was written that day. It was the first day CNN had reported on it. I'm like, yeah. They reported on it in the last 3 weeks because technically it was written before I said that 2 hours earlier in the day. Oh man, it's just fucking retarded, man. And look, again, if you want to come out and say you don't believe her charges, fine, make that claim. Come out there and make a stand. But you are the party of hashtag believe women. And yes, I am saying CNN and the New York Times are basically Democrats. Hashtag not all, but hashtag the vast fucking majority. You are the party of hashtag me too. You are the party of hashtag believe women. You're the party of hashtag time's up. You are the party of no matter what is said, including Biden himself. We have to believe women. Now, it is great if you've listened to the Biden response to this. It's fucking amazing. Like, this never happened. They say, we think all of these things should be looked at by a fair and independent press. But this shit never happened. It's fucking great. Like, yeah, all right. I don't think it happened. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying you don't believe it happened. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying you don't believe people. Because I'm not a moron who thinks you believe people based on the genitals in their pants. That would be you guys. Miles says the Democrats are reaping what they sow. Well, here's the problem. They're not really. The hashtag, what is it? Dropout Biden, I think is what it was trending yesterday. But it wasn't coming from Republicans. I did see the Krasensteins. Oh, I'm sorry. Mrs. Krasenstein. Wink, wink, wink. That's actually, the motherfucker has the nerve to be hiding behind his wife's account. The Krasensteins tweeted out yesterday, this starts trending again when it's daytime in Russia. No, it's trending from Bernie Bros. Check the accounts. Bernie Bros are pissed off. And a whole bunch of them are like, Bernie, you need to jump back into the race. It's funny that they're just now picking up on this fucking thing. This story's been out there for almost a month. But I guess that's what it, when you only get your news from people who tell you what to think and they hadn't told you what to think yet, it's okay to be a little behind. Now, guys, I never mean to tell you what to think. I will tell you what I think. I'll tell you the story, and I will tell you to go look it up your damn self. But there's a whole bunch of people who only get their news like, CNN didn't say it, so it must not be true. It's sad. It's sad. This story's been out there for a month, and they're acting like it just happened yesterday because of the Larry King thing, which again was known 2 days before. Like, y'all are slow on the uptake, man. But I really did love Chris Cillizza, who, by the way, for those of you who don't know, he's a he's a editor at large for CNN, saying Joe Biden needs to answer this immediately. I may be getting his exact phrasing wrong, but that's what he's saying. Joe Biden needs to address this. Like, you didn't even address it, bitch. Somebody else had to find that shit on your platform. CNN isn't the one, even though Larry King was on CNN. CNN's not the one that broke the story of this call coming through. They're not the ones who found it. Anyway, yeah. People still voted for Hillary Clinton knowing that Juanita Broaddrick accused her of threatening her. Well, there's a difference also there, Miles, accused of threatening. There was a great moment in the 2016. Did you see the tweet I tagged you in about the reporter? I'm not sure, Nuts. I will check and see. I know I saw a couple from you in the recent days, but you know my memory, so I will check in a minute. But where was I? Oh, people still voted for Hillary. The funny thing with Hillary in the 2016 election with Juanita Broaddrick was when Hillary Clinton came out and said, we need to believe accusers. And even the media that is generally on the DNC side couldn't stop snickering. And one of them had the balls to raise their hand and go, Miss Clinton, what about Juanita Broderick and Paula Jones and who was the other one? Because it would Beret Girl. She didn't accuse Clinton of anything bad. They just had a fling. But there was another one. Was it Flowers? Was that him? I can't remember. Bill was pulling his dick out at everybody. Anyway, I sent it to Monkey in the Morning too. Let me check. I don't know. Possibly. It's amazing. The one that I see tagged you in about the reporting. I see the one from where Twitter got rid of the AYT bioscience thing. Did you send my mentions had been blown up, and it's not even my fault. I'm not involved in the fucking conversation. People don't untag you when they start going off on long ass arguments about stuff. And if you say one damn thing in there, the only way to get it to shut the hell up is to mute the conversation. By the time I notice, it's like days later. Come back like, you have 400 things that you're not even involved in. Like, oh, thank you for that. That's it. YouTube took down the video. Oh, yeah. We talked about them taking down the video. For those of you who don't know, AYTU, they're this biotech company. They're working with Cedars-Sinai, came up with a way to get a UV light down into a trach tube. They call it a heel light. And there's a video on YouTube that they put up, and YouTube took it down. And now Twitter has suspended is it the entire, was it their actual their actual company Twitter? Yes. The AYTU Bioscience Twitter at Bioscience AYTU. Suspended for violating rules. Isn't that awesome? See, there's a lot of people. Okay, we got to get into this, I guess. We haven't talked COVID for a little bit. There's a lot of people with the Trump comments the other day, which some of y'all are still lying about. There's a lot more science behind what Trump said than y'all want to admit, including some actual disinfectants that go into the blood. Oops. But Trump never suggested putting disinfectants in blood or household cleaners, Lysol, any of that nonsense into your blood. He did lie when he said he was being sarcastic. Sorry, Trump. And anybody who's like, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. In my opinion, he lied. But this stuff with the it's AYTU, right? I hate things like this. Give me a fucking name I can say with Smith here. I2. Sure. The I2 bioscience thing. There was somebody bragging about getting it taken down. That part I don't see. I see this might cry. Twitter just suspended the account utilizing the thing. This is ridiculous. And YouTube takes down. Yeah. Them taking that down. They actually took that down. Like, when did I talk about that, guys? When did I show the video? 3 or 4 days ago now? It was taken down that next day. So whenever that was, somebody on the chat mentioned it to me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Sure enough, they'd taken it down. Now Twitter suspended it because, oh my God. But in the comments, in this comment to this thread that's like, there's a great argument. Where'd that one go? This guy's, I don't think sunburning your bronchi is a good plan, personally. Nobody's talking about that. When they say they developed a way to do this, they don't mean, yeah, we figured out how to shove a light down your throat. Anybody could do that, you dumb motherfucker. What they're talking about is they found a successful way to do it, you idiot. He goes, somebody points out, they've been using it to treat cancer. Treating cancer with it is plausible because your goal is to burn out the cancerous cells. It's amazing how many people like Donald Trump shouldn't act like he's a doctor. But man, they turn into straight up doctors when they come onto the old interwebs, don't they? Oh man. Anyhow. And the funny part of that conversation is they're talking about the UVC lights being used in cancer treatment. In the AYTU video, they specifically talk about UVA. UVA light, not UVC. There's UVA, B, and C. UVB is the one you always hear about going out in the sun. Make sure you have your UV protection. Your body does need sunlight, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's good for you. So that means they're impersonating a doctor when they do that? Well, yeah, by their own logic, it does. But it's amazing how many people like Trump shouldn't be playing doctor. Then they go on and play doctor on the internet. Look, I read this Run article that totally backs up everything I say. I didn't look into it any further, but this one article totally backs up exactly what I say. So it's exactly what I said. Okay, this is Davey Alba. I contacted YouTube about this video, which is being shared on tons of replies on Twitter and Facebook by people asserting that it backs up Trump's idea that throwing it out there, UV rays kills corona. YouTube just said it removed it for violating its community guidelines. Well, you're a fucking dickhole. You're a dickhole who, he's a New York Times reporter. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah. I'm shocked. Cedar Cyanide, by the way, guys, worked with this company. Not Donald Trump. And it's mentioned in the video. They thank Cedar Cyanide for working with them. I don't know if you guys know what Cedar Cyanide is. It's like one of the leading hospitals in the country. It's one of the leading research hospitals in the fucking nation. Good job. You got that taken down. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. Congratulations. I can't call him a cunt. That'll get me in trouble. Oh, God, none of the words I want to use won't get me kicked off immediately. You're a little bitch. Now, you're a science denier. I want to fuck him up even more. Call him a little bitch and just go, he's crappy. Call him a fucking science denier. See how he likes it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, this isn't something that they just made up because Donald Trump said this. This was out before Donald Trump said anything. Hammer says that video has been restored on YouTube. Good. It didn't violate any fucking guidelines. It's a fucking bio research lab talking about shit that they did. It's literal science. Does it mean it's going to be perfect and it's actually going to work? No, it's going to need a lot of testing. It really is. And hopefully it works. Because when you poo-poo this, seriously, you fucking assholes, I need y'all to listen to me. I need you to fucking listen to me. Because I'm seeing this with the chloroquine stuff. There's a lot of, they're showing that it's not really working. One, you need to pay attention to what kind of studies they're doing. The FDA has come out and said this is for clinical trials only. Well, yeah. Whatever. But again, that chick we just talked about, Karen Wetset, however you say her name, here in Michigan, was on it. And she recovered fully, and she gives credit to the drug. I don't know if it actually worked for her, but still, you have people out there. Yep, this stuff isn't working. We told Trump, ha. Good job. You're happy more people died. You're happy that this didn't work out. You're happy that a possible treatment didn't work. And it's not even that you're like, oh, I hate that medicine. It's like, I hate Trump. And that's why I'm glad it didn't work. You fucking shit bags. The absolute fuck is wrong with you? What in the fuck is wrong with you? How about, man, I didn't want Trump to be wrong about that, but apparently he is, and that sucks. So hopefully something else works. What about something like that, you degenerate pieces of shit? Nope, got to own the Trump. I was called a racist yesterday, guys, because I don't go after Trump enough. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a Mitch McConnell defender. I defend Mitch all the time. What was the other one? Oh, and just a GOP sycophant who says racist things all the time. I'm just a racist, man. I'm a horrible racist. The funny part about that is that all came up. The guy who's mad at me for that. You guys know him in chat. You guys know Ufio. The Ufio answer. You guys remember him? Yeah, he was mad at me on Twitter yesterday. Monkey's just a racist. He's really mad because I used to make fun of AOC all the time. I'd still make fun of AOC if she was in the news as much, but she's not. She's still a vapid twat. She's still got the intellectual capacity of a retarded 3-year-old. But hey, you're not a racist monkey, you're a species. Look, there's a lot of labels I will cop to. There's a lot of them that I will absolutely agree to. You know, call me a dickhead? Sure. Call me an asshole? Absolutely. You want to say my humor sometimes goes over the line? Of course it does. Racist is not one I will cop to. Sexist is not something I will cop to. What are some of the homophobe, transphobe, all these faux bullshit ones they've made up? None of these will I cop to. Ableist, that's my favorite. You're just an ableist. I'm a cripple, motherfucker. Kiss my simp. Fuck no. I don't know why anybody would suck up to mediocre pussy. Lady Monkey got that shit that was touched by the sun, my friends. And I'll suck up to it every day. Hell yeah. I love when women, I love my simps. Now, you don't know what that MP means, do you? You don't know what the fuck that means. The Spectacular Wanderer, thank you so much. Has anyone told Satsu you're a dirty bigot yet? Yes, actually. What argument was that where Matt had called me? What did Matt say? I was a sexist, a bigot, and and sometimes a racist. Is that what it was? Yeah, we talked about that extensively on the show the one night. And then I did a Monkey in the Morning. We went over Matt's video. It was funny. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm a racist. How many times have you guys seriously had to sit here and listen to me rant about racism? Real racism. Not monkey doesn't fall over and bow every time a black person says to. The funniest part of that is it's not even when, you know what? Oh, you fucking racist pieces of shit. It's rarely even black people actually saying, monkey, bend over and kiss my ass. It's always some punk ass white girl or punk ass little simp white boy. Like, you need to respect the Negroes. Like, you need to stop treating them like they're anything other than people. Whoops. Because if you don't, if you treat black people as anything other than people, you're being racist. But, we can't have that discussion anymore. We can't act like that's a real thing. We can't act like real racism is what it actually is. Oh, what the actual fuck? Okay, guys, I'm sorry. So, I've told you about the new way that I have to do my videos for monetization. I have to go in there and tell them the different things that I may be talking about that could be um, sensitive in nature, topics, my language, sexual discussion. The first video I had to do this on, got rejected, and they give you a little bit. They don't they didn't go through and actually give me notes, but what they did is they clicked on the thing I violated. You guys want to know what I violated 2 days ago? Hateful content. Hate or discrimination towards a protected group based on race, age, or other natural characteristics. Go fuck yourself. The fuck I did. Did I say retard or something? Is retard a natural characteristic? I guess it would be. I probably said retard, but I wasn't joking about retards. I wasn't making fun of retarded people. I was making fun of people who aren't retarded, who shouldn't be acting that way. Yeah. I expected it to be something like graphic sexuality or something like that, because that I'd be like, oh yeah, I probably said something I shouldn't have about a vagina or something. But hate or discriminate, go fuck yourself. Oh, you sons of bitches. How dare you? All right. Well, I guess I got to start clicking that because I want them to. I want it so that when I click things, that they're like, "Yes, you're right." Cryptic, thank you. Slant eyes, no no monetization. Look, man, seriously, if I'm gonna do this thing to where they're actually gonna take my word for what I say and stuff, I'm gonna have to stop reading things like that. I know you guys think it's funny to try to get me demonetized like that, but yeah, there'll come a point where even that will have to be like, sorry guys, I can't. Is it actually your birthday, Angela? Hi, Angela. Good morning and happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Angela. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. It's awesome to have a birthday, and I hope you have a great one. I really, really do. But yeah, I don't know what I might have said that was negative against other people. Huh. We'll see. That's bullshit. What class was I being mean to? What class was I being hateful towards? I'll have to check it out. We don't think it's funny. We know it's funny, says Oki. Thank you so much. I get the humor of it, but yeah, there will be a time where there'll be things like that. It's like, guys, I know it's funny, but I can't say it. You guys say a lot of funny stuff that I can say. But when you're just like, I'm trying to get you demonetized with this new system, yeah, I'm going to have to. This is what it is. Was my abortion of adults comments last night too much? I don't think so. I don't think an adult is a protected class, is it? Oh, man. The children is the protected class. Got to do everything for the children so they can lead us because we're too goddamn stupid to do it ourselves. Yeah. There's things that I can do and say. But like the hateful content one, I can't for the life of me think of what it was that set that off, that triggered it. And they don't give you like a timestamp, which would be helpful. Like, okay, what was the timestamp you looked at that I did this? So let me know what it was exactly that I said. And well, yeah, they didn't do that. That would be helpful because I disagree with what they said there. YouTube is evil. Support the simian. I appreciate that, WR. And in all honesty, your donations give me far more than YouTube does. But I would like to get to where I'm not having to be fucking monitored by their stupid thing. And oh, Tyrai, thank you. Then YouTube is a publisher and we need a new free speech platform. No, because they didn't take it down. They didn't take it down. It's got limited ads because of that. It's got limited ads. This is just about the ad system. Because yeah, it's not like I get good ads anyway. Ever since the adpocalypse, guys, yeah, ads for anything political are garbage. Unless you're somebody huge like Phil DeFranco, who I guess I don't know if I've ever seen an ad on a Phil DeFranco video, to be honest with you, that I've paid attention to. But it's just for that part of it. It's not like they're taking down my video over it. YouTube, be helpful. That is a good one. I know, Mata, but no, I like their system. I like what they're trying to do here, because if they're honest about what they're trying to do here, about getting people out of the bot thing, then fuck it. I will play their game to see how honest they are about it. And I will be as honest as I can with them about what my content will have. Unholy Reaper, thank you so much. Says money for monkey. Thank you. Very kind. Very kind. I wasn't trying to shame any of you guys. You guys can say what you want. There's just going to be some things I can't read, and not because of my normal I can't read it thing. It's because I really do want to try to be honest with YouTube about what I'm talking about and what I'm going to say. And I want to see how honest they're being with us. And so far, not very. YouTube, what did I say hateful against a natural occurring thing? What did I do? Thank you, Oki, who says YouTube pays less than women's 70 cents on the dollar. Yeah, well, in Super Chat, they pay exactly 70 cents on the dollar. And in ads, they actually pay 60 cents on the dollar because they take 40%. Silverman, thank you. Your streams truly helped me get through this lockdown. I'm glad. I'm glad that it serves some function other than entertaining myself. I like entertaining myself, but it's a lot more fun entertaining you guys. Smash the like button like it's your last conjugal visit before the electric chair. God, that's descriptive as hell. I like the one I saw yesterday. I think it was it Mata who said it? Somebody said, slap the like button like somebody insulted Star. Yeah, you guys insult nuts and you'll get bitch slapped. Slap that like button like somebody insulted nuts. You observed real life. That's hate speech. Well, I'm very curious. If it was yesterday, maybe I could see it, but the one from 2 days ago, I'm like, what did I do? What did I did? Anyway, I didn't want to get too far off. I just wanted to check that. I had planned to check that live on the stream so we could talk about it. And I was wondering, maybe they were like, no, you were more graphic with your language than you said you would be. Maybe I talked about a news item that was more sensitive than they thought. Hateful? Suck me. How dare you? Have you played the Mass Effect trilogy? I'm playing through it now. Yes, I have, Dragon Mage. I desperately wanted Mass Effect when it first was coming out. I used to watch the trailer in anticipation for it. And then it came out and I couldn't play it because my computer couldn't handle it. So I didn't get to play the Mass Effect trilogy until the whole thing had come out. And I found this set at, where was it? God, was this back when Sam Goody was around? I can't remember, but I found this trilogy with all of the games for my PC, and I had a PC that could play it at that time. And I sat down and I played the whole fucking thing. I didn't stop until I was done, and it was so fucking good. Even going back to the original ending that so many people hated. I loved the original ending. I thought it was awesome. Playing through the adapted endings, I did get the good ending. I'm not going to tell you what that is if you don't know what it is. But it was fucking awesome. It was amazing games. 1 is hard to play because it's the old BioWare system. They use the same engine, the Aurora engine. I believe it was a take on the Aurora engine that they used for Neverwinter Nights. And it has some ridiculously long loading screens, and it's a little clunky. But then you get into 2, and oh man. Says I have Mass Effect 2 as a gift from a friend, but I didn't play 1, so it's collecting dust. 1 is great, but again, if you've played 2 and 3, going back to 1 is kind of hard, just because of the differences in the engines that they used and the limitations and those god awful loading screens. But 2 was fucking. 2 is one of my favorite games ever, and 3 was good. 3 was good. I get why people didn't like the ending. We like to have the opportunity for a positive ending. The one thing I didn't like about the ending is no matter how you do it, basically the gates get closed. And like, well, you just shut down your universe. And they're like, that's okay. We have Andromeda. And I played that and I was like, oh, hell no. 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 This isn't my Mass Effect. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. That doesn't mean that that other people can't like it and enjoy it. It's just not for me. And let's see, I love Romancing Jack. Oh yeah, Jack was my favorite. My only problem with Romancing Jack is that she's only in the second one. So when it comes to the overall love story, you have to. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't played, and somebody's playing through it right now. So if they make it ME4, it should be Shepherd's Child. I mean, I suppose they made it ME4, man. It's Andromeda. Oh, it sucked. It sucked. I hated Jack as a character. I like Jack. Jack was a great character. Maybe a little too predictable, but nobody liked Andromeda. Irate Bear loves Andromeda, or at least likes Andromeda. But yeah, elevators galore. Jaeger Pony ain't lying. Those fucking elevator rides in Mass Effect 1 were redonkulous. Oh man. ME2 is propped up by shooter fans. I think it's the worst. I'm both a fan of shooters and RPGs, and I thought 2 was fucking amazing. 2 was great. I wasn't a big fan of the online stuff that they did with was that in 3 that they did that? Where you could go online and you go around and get galaxy points to take over more of the galaxy to get better endings and shit. I fucking hated that. Pat says you had to take elevator rides in order to get some of your side quests. You had to take elevator rides everywhere. And the elevator rides were to hide more loading. They were specifically for loading. It's exactly what they were. Those were loading screens that they put some crappy dialogue into. Anyone else having a craving for coffee? I don't drink that shit. I'm so sick of the gaming community drool over Final Fantasy VII Remake. They put me off the game. I was watching my son play it because my son has it. And look, the last Final Fantasy I completed was Final Fantasy 1. It's the only one I've ever finished. And it's an old school JRPG. And a lot of the other ones that I've seen are JRPGs. And I saw this one, I'm like, that's not JRPG. That's more like a traditional Western game. And I'm watching it, and it's okay, but it's nothing that I'm interested in. But I mean, don't let other people put you off a game. Watch it and see if you like it. Don't be somebody who hates something because other people do like it. I got Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know a lot of people are having a lot of fun with it. So Final Fantasy VII was great first time around. I don't know. I'm with Frank there. I'm more of a Western RPG fan. If you played the original game, there was a way to basically cheat the original game. You didn't have to break anything or anything. Just go around and level up, and eventually you'd out level the bad guys you were going to face. By the time I got to the end of that game, I was so ridiculously overpowered. It was sad. But yeah, don't let people put you off games just because they like it or they're obnoxious about it. Check it out for yourself. Final Fantasy 1 as in the NES version. Yeah. Yes. the original Final Fantasy. It should be called Final Fantasy 7 Reimagined, not Remake. I guess so. I guess. I've heard that about the game, but anyway. Sorry I could not stay long. My dad's in town, so I'm going to see him and watch this later. Oh, Red Dirt. Tell your father we said hi. I hope you have a good visit. Never gonna be like, hey, don't talk to your family because of me. Because I'll tell y'all right now, I will leave you in an instant if Little Butt shows up. She's not on her way. I'm not getting. Now I've made myself sad because Little Butt's not coming. I woke up yesterday, man, and man, I was feeling it yesterday. And I went to the bottom of the stairs and yelled up and told my wife I loved her, and went and rolled myself a cigarette. And I heard my wife get on the phone, and then I heard Little Butt's voice. They were on voice chat or a video chat. So I crawled my sad ass upstairs just to go see her and Peanut. Oh, they're so cute. I miss my babies. Oh, they're so adorable. Peanut is making herself mad, guys, because she's learning to crawl. But so far, all she's managed to do is scooch backwards. And then she scooches herself backwards and realizes what she done. And then she just puts her head down on the floor and go, ah, it's so cute. Oh, my girls are so adorable. I get hate for saying my favorite Final Fantasy is 9, not 7. You should talk to Satsu. Satsu loves all of them. He's played like all of them. Like I said, I have played 1 through 6, and yes, including 4, which wasn't released in the US. Was it 3 or 4 that wasn't released in the US? One of those wasn't released here. But I purchased it legally and then had a ROM. So I played it a little bit. I never got into any of the other ones. They all just felt too eh. The hell is this? Oh, anyway, what's going on? That's what I get for not keeping up with it. Oh, I don't know what we're talking about on that, but yeah. 4, I think, through is US. Was actually 6 in Japan. Fair enough. Yeah, there's a ton of Final Fantasies. What, they're 15? Is that what they're up to? What do you guys think about games that are now doing so much of this? The remakes, like the Resident Evils and Final Fantasy. Is it? I don't know. I just feel like maybe tell new stories. I wouldn't mind, like, okay, we clean this one up a little bit, but there's so many games that are doing that now. They're just doing re-releases with better graphics. Like, all right, why don't go make a new fucking game? How about take the engine that you're building it on? Because you're still having to go in and program everything and do all it. Just program a new game. Why? What's wrong with that? It's like rebooting movies. It's even worse than that, Enemy. It's even worse than that. It's like a re-release of a movie. It's special edition Star Wars, but for a game you've already played. I mean, and people are going out there, they're spending their money on it, and that's great. Good for the companies, but guys, man, make us new content. I also feel like that there's a part of it that's so I also think that I'm trying not to say feel like I think there's a part of them that they're like, you know what, this is going to be a guaranteed hit. It was a hit before, so if we re-release it with this new stuff, look how great it'll be. People will definitely spend their money on it. They already spent their money on it. So it's a little less of a gamble for them. I don't know. Give us a different story. Pat says, which is why I hope Cyberpunk is not a letdown. Yeah, I'm not that interested in Cyberpunk. I'll have to check it out as it comes out more and see more about it. I'm way more interested. Like Baldur's Gate has their third installment coming out, and ooh, that playthrough that looks so cool. They did a playthrough reveal at some conference recently. That looks awesome. Let's see what else is coming out. The new Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is coming out. Hopefully they don't fuck that up too bad to where it's still fun. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is one of the worst, best games I've ever played in my life. I had so much fun with it. The atmosphere is great. It's actually a pretty limited map and everything for what it was, but they did so many things right with that game. All the things they did wrong with it don't matter as much. Like the opening video to that game, if you've never seen it, you got to watch it. You got to watch the opening to the original Bloodlines. It is so ridiculously bad. There's, oh my God, none of the dialogue. That's where I'm looking. None of the dialogue matches the characters. It's just, it's so bad, so bad. But the game was so much fun. And the crazy chick who owned the club, oh my God, she was such a great character. And the beach house, the haunted, not the beach house, the haunted house. Where was the haunted house at? Because the beach house is the one you go to at the beginning. And then the haunted house quest is one of my favorite quests ever. It is that haunted house is one of the few times in gaming I've actually gotten scared. I was fucking scared playing that. And I was in a room with the lights on and my wife there. Our computer used to be set up where it was in the living room. So she's watching TV and it's not like I'm alone in the dark doing this shit. The only one that ever actually scared me besides that, I have some jump scares when I play 7 Days to Die occasionally, but that's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna get killed. The only other one that actually scared me was Fear. Fear was fucking amazing. The guy who fixed Vampire the Masquerade is still updating it. The intro is fixed. There's new quest. The haunted house was to get the necklace for the business's sister. Yeah. I remember being in the boiler room. Oh my God. My heart was fucking pounding. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. I was like a giant baby. Anyhow. Thank you for those of you who turned into gaming stories with Ranting Monkey. Oh man. So I know people are still working on the Masquerade thing, but see y'all gonna catch some Scribe. Tell them we said, hey, Alma raped me in Fear 2. I never played Fear 2 or 3. I see him occasionally on Steam for sale, and like, do I want to pull the trigger on that? I just haven't yet. Yeah, the boiler room scared me too. Anybody who played that game, you know what I'm talking about with that boiler room. All y'all were scared. Don't act brave. Some of y'all actually peed, so stop it. I like when I get to insult you guys without actually insulting you guys. Oh man. You know, that was an argument on the Destiny stream yesterday. They were talking about whether or not it's okay to insult fans. Someone please take Twitter away from me. Nuts. You have to enjoy Twitter for what it is, sweetie. I've told you this. Twitter is not to be taken seriously. Twitter is there just to amuse. Just to amuse. Yeah, you don't want Twitter taken away. If you ever do want Twitter taken away, all you have to do is drop a cunt or a retard, or what's another good one? Apparently, Bimbo will do it. It did for me for 7 days, sons of bitches. What are you doing over on the Twitter? You're getting yourself in trouble. Star, you're too nice. I know you're not getting yourself in trouble. It's a cesspool. It is. It is, but you know, that's the fun of it. I got into an argument with a guy yesterday about the New York Times article. And he's like, the New York Times did cover it. I'm like, yeah, 3 weeks later. And yeah, but they wanted to make sure the waters weren't muddied. When the New York Times released their article on Tara Reid, the story was literally no different than when the story first broke. Seriously, nothing had changed in the story other than the fact that some sources had covered it and others hadn't. That was the only difference from the 3-week time period before when they started it and stopped. So it's like either it's still muddy or it's not. So, no, I keep telling myself not to respond to the ass. Which ass? You want me to respond? I'll do it. Who's being a shithead? I like to do that. But anyway, so I got into this argument with this fucker yesterday, and he had no idea what he was talking about. None at all. I'm like, and I linked him the article, and that's when he stopped responding to me and started responding to other people. I'm like, at least fucking read it and know what the hell you're talking about before you start defending the New York Times on this. Like, for the record, I don't believe this woman. As is plural, that would be the not plural. That's the ownership. And plural would be es, asses. That's showing ownership. Possessive. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm right? I know a little bit of English. I'm not real good at English. I sucked at English. Oh, but anyway, talking about being mean to your audience. I was told I'm too mean to my audience sometimes, guys. Apparently I'm too mean to you guys sometimes when I disagree with you and I tell you guys to shut up. Apparently some people take it very, very personal. And I have to say this because there's people like Shroom and Three-Sided Coin and a few others of you that I've had some pretty decent arguments with, me talking while you type, and you guys take it in stride. You're not that's what I'm looking for here. Pansy ass little bitches about it. But I was watching them talk about this on the Destiny / Bo Blacks. Bo Blacks, did I get it right that time? Stream yesterday. You shouldn't be mean to your audience. And Destiny, I'm mean to my audience all the time. There's a difference in that. I've seen some people who are mean to their audience. People like, like Darkside Phil is probably the greatest example of somebody who just destroyed his audience by being a complete shitbag to him. It's okay to disagree with your audience once in a while. It's okay to jokingly be mean to your audience. It's not okay to just turn into a complete shitbag to your audience and treat them like they don't matter and that they're somehow an inconvenience in your life. And I think that's where the, I thought I was about to get blasted by Monkey. No, Shroom, I honestly, honest to God, I appreciate that you and I have been able to have some rather heated at times discussions, and you're not a bitch about it. You're absolutely not a bitch. You come back, we start talking about something else, and that last topic, that was that topic. That's something we disagree on. Here's other things we do agree on. Some people, man, oh my God. Some people want just all-time agreement. And when you're talking about politics, chances are you're not going to get that. I've told you guys this before, and I mean this sincerely. If you find yourself agreeing with me on everything, you need to get away from me for a while. Seriously. You, at the very least, go listen to somebody else in between listening to me. I know I'm on here a lot, but don't worry. I'll always be around. Find something else to listen. Go find somebody specifically who disagrees. Go find somebody who has a different, even if they agree, find somebody who has a different reason for agreeing. You don't, I have never found anyone that I agree with 100% of the time. You just have too many people out there, too many differing opinions, too many differing topics. Even if it's like, well, I can see your point. All right, that's different. I can see your point, but I still disagree with you. That's healthy. You talked me into your point. That's healthy. I agree with you on everything. You might be in an echo chamber. Oh, I promise I don't agree with you on everything. I know you don't, nuts. I know you don't, sweetheart. She thinks I'm too nice to women. She told me that. Thank you, Ranting Monkey, who says, I'm ending my stream now. Everyone go watch Scribe. His show is way better than mine. I'm a horrible friend for randomly streaming over his scheduled streams. I don't stream based on friendship. Thank you for the donation. And if anybody wants to go watch Scribe, of course, absolutely go watch Scribe. But It's hard to watch people you don't agree with at all. I agree with you there, Devil. But it's nuts. What do you mean, like hell you did? Of course you did. She's told me several times, Monkey, you need to be meaner to women. You're way too nice to us. You're damn near a woman with the way you talk about us. But anyway, Devil Fruit, I go out of my way to watch or read things that I don't agree with, and it's frustrating. But sometimes people you disagree with make a good argument that even if you don't change your mind, makes you better at articulating your own argument. Ooh, whoops. Fog on my arms here on my chair. Virgil, where was that? I yell at my phone often watching Lords of the Night. You fuckers piss me off. I know, and I've seen it. I try not to. I try not to. Why? There's something wrong with my chair here. I'll stop fucking with it on stream. I'll deal with that later. I'll read people or articles from people I don't agree with, but watching them is a bit much. I know. I understand that. But again, for me, the reason I actually watch them is I don't like to watch the scripted stuff. The scripted stuff is a lot harder to watch. But like I'll tune into a stream I don't agree with once in a while, just to hear the thought processes going on. And again, it's as much to challenge myself as it is to make myself better at articulating my arguments. Because no matter how much you think you know, somebody has a different way of looking at things. And if you haven't considered that and that gets thrown at you and you're like, I don't know, it gives me something to think about. I like, why are you always lying? Nuts. How dare you? How dare you, ma'am? How dare you? I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like you're being mean to me now. This is probably why she thinks I should be meaner to women, because she's being mean to me right now. Remember when you had a fist fight with someone and became friends after? That's how I like my political, philosophical disagreements with someone. If you're decent but opposite my views, we can chill. I've had some great friends online that I've made that started with some really, really harsh argument. And I always appreciate those people. Because I can be a dickhead. I know that's going to come to as a. See, I told you guys before, I will cop to being a dick, an asshole, whatever, however you want to say it. I can be a pain in the ass, and especially with politics, it's very easy to get into an argument with somebody and it turned ugly real fast. And the ones where I end up out of those conversations, having a friendly conversation with that person, those are the people that I appreciate the most, of the people that I argue with, because it's not personal. It's okay. We disagreed on that politics, but at the end, I hope you have a great day. I hope you do too. If you can fight with honor, then you're worth being around. If you cheat, I mean, Sinatra's an okay dude. Sinatra and I, we've had a couple of big public blowups. I couldn't even remember what they were. These were, God, it's been a while since we've had one. But yeah, me and him had like two really big arguments on Twitter, public for everybody to see. This wasn't in DMs or nothing, just right out there. And people are like, oh my God, you must hate each other. Like, nah, man, we're just disagreeing. It's all right. It's cool. Lady Monkey might add a few words to describe you. She's a biased source. She's one of those women that Nuts tells me I should be meaner to. She tells me all the time, you should be meaner to your wife. And I'm like, what? That's not right. She's like, look, she's a woman. You should be meaner. And I'm like, Nuts, I don't think that's how you're supposed to treat a woman. Yeah. I don't know. She's got a much worse opinion of women than I do. I hope you get spit roasted. Wow. Jesus fuck. That's harsh. Thanks, B Junkie. What do you think of the argument that you can objectively determine the quality of a piece of art? I suppose you can. If you define the quality of the piece of art on the amount somebody's willing to pay for it. Outside of that, no, I think it's subjective. Art itself is subjective. So one man's art is another man's, what the fuck is that? So the other, what was the other one? I think it was Shady Grin brought up a topic to talk about last night, and we didn't get to it because I ran into that stupid ass article about well, that's actually what I need to be nice. It wasn't that stupid, but that lady who realized the old culture wars are quaint when she realized, because she had some real strife in her life with Corona coming around, that there were worse things than somebody trying to write as a white person writing as a black person. Like, yeah, you realize that's kind of a stupid fucking thing to whine about, huh? I can't find it, but again, I have to mute those one conversations. I'm not in them. I haven't been in them since yesterday, but people are arguing back and forth, and that's great. Bloodwing says, I actually hate your guts, but it's all good. I love you back, sir. The argument itself was about Ted Bundy. Well, not Ted Bundy. Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer, and how Jeffrey Dahmer ran out of room for all of the body parts he had, so he kept some of them in his bathtub where he showered. And it said that what's the guy said that this motherfucker showered with body parts and was considered mentally fit to stand trial. And the question is whether our notions of being able to be, what exactly defines insane in the criminal justice system? And it's a weird question. It's a weird question because you should check out Mutu. It's full of feminist vegetarians. I saw Bering's video. I watched it this morning. Yeah, it's some funny shit. But anyway, when we look at somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer, this is a man who, yeah, he cut up people. He showered with body parts. He ate people. But he was also a murderer. When you get to the point where, like, well, wait. He murdered somebody. That's not crazy enough that we would even go, oh, maybe he can't stand trial. But if you cut him up and eat him, now you're talking about criminals. By definition, go outside of the bounds of humanity or civilized society, I should say. And so everything they do should sound kind of crazy to us. If it didn't, the things they're doing shouldn't be illegal. Jeffrey Dahmer was not insane. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew he wasn't out there advertising his butchering services. He hid it. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He also was able to help in his own defense. It's not like he was babbling gibberish and that was the only way he could speak or something like that. We kind of get this Dahmer was hyper sane. I mean, fair enough, but we have this idea of people who do something like that. You know, you would cut up a body and eat it. You're insane. Yeah, but isn't killing insane just for the fun of it? We rarely question that. Okay, he killed 3 people. He can stand trial. Oh wait, he cut one of them up. Oh no, that's a little too far. As long as they know what they were doing was wrong, and as long as they're able to, articulate and understand what's going on around them, yeah, I have no problem with letting them declaring that they're sane enough to stand trial. So, yeah, I think we have a pretty good measure on where we draw the line on insane for criminal trials. Cryptic, thank you. People are crazy. That's the meat of the argument. For him, it wasn't. The meat of the argument for him was the thigh bone. The bone? Did I say bone? That's monkey. You killed your own joke. Oh man. we we do a pretty good job with what we consider crazy, because if you just looked at, okay, what their behavior was insane, well, pretty much all criminals, to me, what they're doing is insane. I try not to do things that might get myself thrown into prison. I agree with a lot of the laws for why we throw people in prison. I think anybody who touches a child is insane, whether you're talking abuse or sexual abuse, anyway, harming a child, that's insane to me. But I think we should put those fuckers up for the chair. But see, am I making sense with what I'm saying there? Their behavior itself, I mean, we're just talking different levels of inappropriate societal behavior. People conflating morals with sanity. Faithless, yes, that's what I'm trying to express. We have our morals individually. We have our morals as a society. And what we look at, their behavior, I mean, how much, is it okay to kill two people? Is killing two people better than killing one and chopping them up and wearing their body parts as a hat? Anyway, yeah. Here, renting monkey for county judge. Yeah, you don't want me in charge of that shit, because I'd be like, I don't care what the law says. This is stupid. I think liking Nickelback is insane. Oh, that's just hurtful. That's just hurtful. Liking Nickelback is just proof you know what good music is. The funny thing about Nickelback is if they'd been around in the mid 80s or so, nobody would have said shit about them. They'd have fit right in. The Nickelback's biggest, what's the word I'm looking for? Crime. Yeah, their biggest crime for their era of music is that they can actually play their instruments. I know. That's hard. Like, wait, people played instruments? I thought we just sampled. No, some people still play instruments. Oh my goodness, what the hell am I even talking about now? We're talking about Nickelback. Who started that? How dare you? Was there anything else I wanted to hit on before we end? I think there was. I got to go back to my profile for just a moment. Is this it? Nope. Oh, yeah. This goes back to the Biden thing, and I meant to hit on it earlier, and that's why I know there's something I wanted to talk about. Where's this chick at? This one. This is the one I was reading all morning, because she keeps doubling and tripling down on this shit. She said this yesterday. Bernie Sanders is our only hope. The entire Democratic establishment and mainstream media owes Bernie an apology. Joe, you do not qualify to be the Dem nominee. We need everybody from all walks of life to stop Joe Biden. Please, Senator Bernie Sanders, unsuspend your campaign. # drop out Biden. So much to unpack. Can I time out Andrew Joyner? Andrew, what are you doing to upset her? How dare you? Keep me nice. What'd he say? I didn't see what he said. Oh, you know what? I can probably see what he said, because he retracted it, but over here it doesn't retract. What'd you say? Oh, you said or Bon Jovi. Oh, no, he's allowed his opinion. He can be wrong. Anyway, so what's her name? Oh, there's no way I can even say that. Habiba Chowdhury. That's the best I got. Anyway, let's start with the beginning. Bernie Sanders is our only hope. No, Bernie Sanders would drag your party down, whether you like it or not. He would drag you down even worse than Joe. But this is the part I really like. The entire Democratic establishment and mainstream media owes Bernie an apology. No, they don't. The mainstream media might. And was it CNN? Who was the one with the debate where they asked about Bernie saying that a woman couldn't be president in 2020? Was that CNN or MSNBC? I don't remember which one, but they definitely owe Bernie an apology.
But everyone else for just not liking Bernie or whatever, welcome to politics, sweetheart. That's politics. I didn't see them other than that specific story. I'm having trouble remembering anything that was like truly egregious that they did. Check Your Logic says both. No, this was very specific to that debate. In that specific debate, they asked Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders. What did you mean when you said this? And he goes, I didn't say that. So you didn't say that? No. Miss Warren, how did you feel when he said that? What? Yeah, that was absolutely bullshit. That was nonsense. But anyway, whichever one it was, they owe him a big apology. The press wasn't nice to him. They certainly had their favorite, which was for some reason Warren. But it's not like they treated him like they treat Donald Trump, because they are absolutely shitbags to Donald Trump. I mean, no matter what he says, they will take it out of context and lie about him. I actually saw somebody suggest that Donald Trump was not being sarcastic when he said that he was the chosen one, where if you watch the fucking video, it's obvious he was being sarcastic, which is why I called him out as being a liar when he said it the other day. Because he knows what sarcasm is. Stop it. Anyway, they don't owe him an apology. They didn't owe him anything. They didn't take anything away from him. He's not a good candidate. And they were actually way nicer than they should have been over the stuff like in the bread lines, at least you get the bread. Look, yes, Castro was a horrible, horrible man, but he taught these guys to read before he shot him. I mean, they were a little too nice to him about that bullshit. Excuse me. So go fuck yourself with that part. Joe, you do not qualify to be the Dem nominee. Actually, sweetheart. Actually, he absolutely does. He's obviously met the qualification of being a U.S. citizen. He's obviously older than 35 years. And the most important part, to be the Democratic nominee, he's got the most delegates and everyone else has dropped out of the race. Those are the qualifications. Be eligible to be president and win. You don't have to like it, Habiba. I'm not being rude with how I'm saying her name. It's Habiba. Habiba. Habiba, you don't have to like it, but it's true. We need everyone from all walks of life to stop Joe Biden. That's not what she means. That's not what she means. She means to stop him before the actual convention and he gets his name on the ballot. I guarantee you she will change her tune, or at the very, she will not be coming out in support of Trump if Biden stays as the Democratic nominee. She won't be like, hey, we need to stop Joe Biden. She'll be like, shit. There's still a whole lot of Bernie bros and Bernie hoes out there who are hanging on to hope. They remind me a whole lot of the Clinton supporters that after the election, look, what could happen is we could impeach Trump and then Pence and then Ryan could become the president and name Hillary as VP and then step down and she'll be president. Like, yeah, that's going to happen. These people are holding on hope, either not understanding how the system works or completely insane. And I'm not sure which. But I fucking absolutely love that. He does not qualify to be the Dem nominee. You not liking him. You thinking he's a sexual assaulter. That doesn't mean he can't run for the president, that he's not qualified. He's absolutely qualified. Of everybody in the race, in the DNC race, he's probably the most qualified. He's come the closest to actually being president. Now, again, you don't have to like him, but y'all need to stop with this shit. Y'all need to stop with this. It's a little insane to be running around and talking about how he's not qualified. Say what you actually mean. I don't like him. I don't like him. They're holding on to hope that isn't there. Well, this is why I say I don't think they know how the process works, because there's a whole bunch of these idiots who are running around talking about unsuspend your campaign. Can that happen? Absolutely. Is it likely? No. There's a reason they say they're suspending their campaign instead of ending it. And Bernie said he's going to keep his name on all the ballots because he's hoping to get enough delegates to be relevant at the convention. But he's not going to jump back into the race. He's done with the race. The only way he might jump back in is if Joe dies or Joe decides to step down. Maybe Joe suddenly sniffs his finger one day and remembers Tara. I don't know. But those are the only two ways. If Joe drops or Joe, damn you, faithless. Yeah, if Joe drops out or if he dies. Those are the only two reasons Bernie would get back in the race. But it is funny watching them. The Bernie bros, I don't know if you guys realize this. The Bernie bros just helped out Donald Trump a lot, because trending for 2 days was all the Lysol nonsense. And as soon as this Biden thing blew up again, kicked it out of the media. Suddenly the media is talking about this Larry King thing, and that's becoming relevant. And yeah, they gave Trump a break there. Like, maybe y'all do work for the Russians. I don't know. It was weird timing, man. Weird timing. Any of these candidates unsuspending their campaign at this point just looks like a bitch move. Well, here's the thing. Most of them, when they do that, they give up their money. Well, let's be honest, a lot of them don't have any money left to do it. They would have to start fundraising again. And if you don't see fundraising pick up, nobody's jumping back into the race. If you looked at Trump, you wouldn't think he was in his 70s. This fucker got energy and spunk. I saw somebody making fun. You think of this weird bald spot on his head. The man's like, what, 70? Is he actually 70 or 71? I can't remember. Like, even with his weird hair, I mean, he's still got a lot more hair than you're probably going to have at 70. Shut up. What? Talk about anything. Talk about how fucking weird colored it is, but his hair's thinning at 70. Okay, you got him there. You got him. His hair's thinning in his 70s. That's new and unusual. Fucking morons. Ad hominem. I don't mind, who am I going to say you can't insult somebody, But at least make it something that makes sense. The old man's got thin hair. For fuck's sake. Now, Biden's hair, his is kind of weird. And I do talk about that because if you go back and look at the Anita Hill, not confirmation, it's the Clarence Thomas confirmation, but it's the Anita Hill hearing. And you see Joe, he's bald as fuck. And somehow he got his hair back. And now it's going away again. And so we make the jokes about him sniffing people's hair to get his hair back. That's Jack's joke. Him losing his hair now is normal. You'd expect it to go away. But he was bald and then got it back. And it was just like, how the fuck did that happen? That says implants. Maybe. I mean, this was in the age of minoxidil. So maybe minoxidil. What is it? Rogaine. I tried to be all medical there and I should know better. Rogaine. Maybe just use Rogaine. I don't know. Is Biden baldo? Not bald. I mean, he's lost a lot of his hair that he had just a couple years back. He did something to make his hair come back and now it's going again. Yeah, that's the weird part to me. Like, go watch, if you haven't seen him, go watch him at the Anita Hill hearing. That motherfucker has barely any hair on top. And then suddenly he has a ton of hair. Road jogging? No, stop it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. We are at 2 hours and 19 minutes. And as I said, I wasn't even going to do a show. So I feel like that's more than not doing a show. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hope you've had fun along the way. Hope you've laughed a little. Hope you cried at something sentimental. Did we do anything sentimental today? I talked about Little Butt and Peanut. Oh my God, you guys. Pumpkin the other day, because she'd been over for my birthday. I get a text from her mom the next day. She'd been talking to her, and she said she looked sad. She goes, "Are you sad?" And Pumpkin went, "Mm-hmm." And she goes, "What's the matter?" "I want Pa." I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so I had to send her a Snapchat saying hi to her, which apparently made her day. And on that, we're going to wrap this one up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so very much for the donations. You guys are very, very kind, and I appreciate it. Tonight, I'm going to be on 2 Cents Plus. We're playing the long stream, which is kind of weird with how long we've gone on the other two, but the long stream for Fallout 76. We've been having fun with that one. Come check it out. Doing our questing, and some of the dialogue options in this game are classic 76. So for those of you who are like, you know what, I'm passing on the Fallout stuff, check this one out if you enjoy the classical humor of that fucking game, because it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming by, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Good.